All right. Hello, 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 and welcome back, collective. Dil Divine here, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. Feeling called to give the introduction right off the top. And what is leading me to this reading, this recording, and this now is we're getting closer and closer to the end of a Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Now, I always record things with timeless intention, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Yet, if you've been dealing with retrograde themes, retrograde energies, all those conventional vibes, then this is probably very much so for you. And I was even journaling earlier today, getting downloads from Spirit about some of the key things that are going to come through in this reading, in this channel. And I'm very much so gearing this towards angelic energies, using a lot of angelic card decks, things of that nature. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is with this intention and purpose of integrating what has been coming up and coming through for you during this retrograde season. So essentially, what is the message from Spirit as to how you can best integrate, best leverage this retrograde season? How can you best apply whatever wisdoms, downloads, changes, alterations, re-envisionings that have come through in this Mercury retrograde? And they even have me write down a whole bunch of the key retrograde words, like the RE words. Yeah, a list of them quite specifically. So we're gonna see what comes through as we get into the cards and into the shuffling. Yet some other key synchronicities I'm being guided to go over to help place and land this reading. And it's interesting because they're having me start by shuffling the Archangel Power Tarot cards. That's what I'm using for the tarot deck today. And normally I really like to begin with Oracle cards. In addition, like after I just do the pure channel straight up, yet the tarot is in the hand and it wants to be. So this is letting me know that Spirit is wanting to get very much so grounded and practical right off the rip. Spirit is really wanting us to help land all of this air energy, all of these, I want to say all of these airy advancements and transmissions and thoughts and thought forms and plans and designs that have been coming through in this now. So this is letting me know, thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, now I'm getting like Mercury, I'm getting Mercury / Thoth / Tahuti, Hermes Trismegistus, you know, more so the Tahuti Thoth avatar represented also with Mercury. Writing and scribing. So the fact that I was even guided to pick up a journal and really write down these notes preparing for the channels, because I don't always do that. It's more rare than not. This is letting me know Spirit is really emphasizing this invitation to write things down, to journal things, to start getting things, I'm getting on paper. Yeah, I'm also somebody who's very much so acknowledges the use of technology, wants to be accessible as well. Now they're showing me the replanning, and then next I wrote the word replanning, and next to that I wrote writing and scribing. So this is a time to really like externalize your recurring thoughts, these recurring ideas, these plans. For some of y'all, this is really about setting the time aside to go and be with your journal, your notebook, and or computer, and commit the time to developing, I was gonna say developing your character. Developing your plan, developing your business, developing your growth, developing your wellness. It's time to not just stay in your headspace, in your imagination, in your mental castle with all of your reflecting and re-envisioning and replanning that's going on right now. There is this element where Spirit is wanting you to like place this, plant this, form this, through writing, through typing. It's like it needs to get out of you. It needs to exist externally in some way, shape, or form. Now, you don't need to be bound to this like so rigidly. Remember, you can edit, you can make new drafts, you can tweak things, you can change things, okay? So don't let the writing and or the typing of something, the initial externalization be a barrier. Like don't, basically what I'm getting is resist any overwhelm or avoidance to that from allowing you to really advance and move forward. Because the more you also start allowing these things out, not only are you going to be actually creating space for the quote unquote solutions and next inspired actions and steps to arrive, you're also going to feel as though you are that much more closer to embodying that version of self. There's something about you putting it down on paper, you typing it out, you putting this time aside to be, developing and drafting, so to speak, that it is a practice of embodiment in and of itself. It is something that spirit is guiding you towards so that you really feel more and more of the timeline shift, the quantum leap, the quantum embodiment of that next best, most optimal version of self that you are here to be and that you are becoming. Like, this contributes to your conscious process of becoming. Thank you so much, Holy Spirit. Thank you so much, Toad. Also a lot of Holy Michael right now coming through. Holy Michael. So protection. Very much so honoring your truth, being in alignment with your integrity. All right, let's get some tarot. Land this. Oh wow, thank you. That was quick. 3-card spread right there. First one out, King of Ariel. Second out, we have 0 with the leap of faith. And then we have the Ace of Gabriel. Oh my gosh, these are great. This is a very exciting, spread to get. So King of Ariel would traditionally be the king of, King of coins, King of Pentacles, King of Earth element. It says, so keywords on the card say successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success. Using resources widely. I was reading wisely, but tell me why I said widely. Tell me why I said widely. Expansion. Growth. Then with the leap of faith, we have with Holy Metatron, believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. And then with the Ace of Gabriel or the Ace of Wands, like the 0 card, the leap of faith in the middle, with Holy Metatron, that would be like the Fool. Now with the Ace of Gabriel or the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Fire, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. And I'm doing my best to not go too fast, and I'm doing my best to have variation, layers, and levels in my voice so you don't feel like I'm just like... When I tell you, though, I feel this energy and this excitement is wanting to wash over me and pour out like a waterfall. Like, I want to go as fast as I feel the surge of this download. Now, please do not misinterpret my desire to deliver this message fast and or faster as any indication of haste, urgency, or rush. We're not getting any of that, okay? Like, please do not misinterpret the excitement and in these running waters and these rushing waters as rushing you or rushing your process. Absolutely not. Beginning with the King of Coins, the King of Earth, the King of Pentacles. Then the Fool, basically leap of faith, and then Ace of Gabriel, Ace of Wands. What I'm getting here is, so the fact that I was already channeling the message about writing, scribing, planning, replanning, reorganizing, reprioritizing, essentially taking the time to be on the computer and or in your journals, in your notebooks, essentially using the resources and tools. It's not just about research, it's also where you writing down your own thoughts. Where are you connecting your own dots? Where are you ideating? Where are you truly drafting? Drafting is a keyword and concept that we're going to keep on working with throughout this video, I can tell. What I'm really getting, honestly, and I'm not trying to be corny, and if you've been called to listen to Just Like Magic by Ariana Grande and or It Finds You Around This Now, this is like a big affirmation, confirmation, connection for you. I'm feeling as though spirit is wanting a combination, and take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because this is a general collective reading. So book a personal if you really want to get into how to optimize this, like literally customized for you. Spirit is basically saying taking the time to go and journal and scribe about. For some of you, it's about what do you want, what do you desire, period. For others of you, it's about maybe doing that in the framework of imagining and visualizing that most satisfied, that optimal version of self. The version of you that you are putting in the work to continue evolving into, to continue becoming, right? So for example, like I want to live a life that is pain-free, you know, when it comes to back pain, for example. So that's a version of self that I am moving ever more in alignment with, calling in more and more. So with that being said, then it's like, okay, what does that person, like, what does their life look like? In regards to activities of joy, activities of wellness, health and wellness. So spirit is wanting to invite y'all to spend more time like writing out, fleshing out those desires and wants, as well as the activities, lifestyle, behaviors, patterns, habits of essentially this optimal, idealized version of self. Okay, that's like part of a general thing with it. Now spinning off from that, growing out of that, developing from that. I'm feeling though a little bit more of the King of Pentacles, King of Coins focus or funneling of that, if you will, would be then focusing more and more on the aspects of your labor and service and or business, studies, passions, craft, whatever fits in that category essentially of aligned labor. Okay, so labor could mean a job for some, however for others that could be a very consistent passion at this point in your life, or for others that could be like being a student, studying, like pursuing a degree or whatever, okay? So I'm going to say your craft and labor pretty interchangeably. You make it fit, please and thank you. So with that being said, I'm feeling though spirit is like wanting you to now, not overwhelmingly. However, I am feeling like spending more and more time working on your plan, working on your vision, working more on your strategy, on your tactics. A lot of business plan development here. Essentially like working on the plan, the schematics, the design of how you can essentially bring in that next version of success that you want when it comes to this craft / passion / labor. And this involves not only, this is a combination of you writing things out, writing out your ideas, and also then like allowing yourself to spend time researching and getting answers to some of these questions, as well as even just writing out the questions that you need answered, okay? So there's this element here of, yes, both like research, planning, action, identifying gaps, filling in the gaps, fleshing things out, yet all of this without unnecessary haste or urgency. All of this being done with a spirit truly of designing, of curiosity, of creating. Here's the thing, thank you, Spirit, because they also wanted me to share in this reading the importance of leveraging recreation and reconstruction in this period of your life. So this, if those really resonate with you in this now, then this is also a big key sign that this reading is for you. There's this element of, excuse me, this energy. There are the parts of ourselves coming at this recreation from the feminine, and then the masculine is coming to support with the reconstruction side of things. Because it is a mix. There's times where we need to really tap more into the inspiration, the feelings, the intuition, the visions, the vibes, the emotions, the energies of what we want, what we desire, who we want to become, and who we're becoming. That is a key part of it. Yet there's all from the feminine often. Yet with the masculine, that is when we want to bring these things more into form, when we want to apply these visions, these energies, these emotions, these feelings, these actions, these downloads. We want to help make them more real. We want to help them become more embodied and really lived and experienced and more tangible. This is about you taking the time and doing that dance of both. That's why everything keeps coming back to this writing, scribing between journals and the computer. Yet it's not just about you writing down, like just doing the action to construct something. It's making sure you take the time to really tune in to the vision, to the intangible, to what you want, and to go big and to be audacious. This leap of faith, it's saying believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. So Spirit is encouraging, and notice this is a very smiley King of Pentacles, King of Coins, King of the Earth. There is very much an encouragement to be designing this life, writing about this life, shaping this life, crafting and drafting this life where joy is a consistent priority. And it's not only through your labor of service, yet you allow that to be a part of your labor and service. And you're allowing that to be more and more of a core value in all areas of your life period, let alone how it will be expressed through your craft and your labor. Now, with this Ace of Wands, what I'm basically getting is, if you do this writing and scribing and journaling, and then you take leaps of faith to go in the direction of what you want and what you desire. And for some of y'all very specifically, and I was getting this download earlier today / yesterday, and I'm glad Spirit is bringing it up now, connecting it with this, is I've been getting consistent encouragement to try something new / do something different. Now, that doesn't mean abandon all the great things, all the great habits or routines or consistent things that you have going on in your life. Like, absolutely not. What I am getting, though, is if you're wanting more radical change and more exponential change, what I am getting is Spirit is saying healthy effort goes a long way. And you've got to be willing to do some things different, as well as incorporate new things in your life to open up new pathways, new growth, and new developments. So some key examples that may be resonating with others in this now. I'm being guided to try like new exercises, new movements, look up and allow myself to explore different creators online, like different authors and practitioners, thank you, Spirit, and like watch their videos and try out their exercises to help me to further align with that pain-free self, that pain-free future that I was talking about. So in addition to also being consistent with this pattern of breathing and breath work and being consistent and doing that multiple days per week, if not a little bit every day, not just dropping the ball, not just allowing tiredness every day to stop me from doing anything new or anything in alignment with that healthier, more optimal version of self. Because for me, the optimal version of self that I am calling in, not only do they feel pain-free, this is someone who is practicing breath work and some form of bodily movement regularly, not only for the relief, also for the joy and the peace of mind, and for the enjoyment of time, for having an enjoyable relationship with time. This may also be another key thing that's shifting for you in this now, is allowing yourself to really enjoy, like consciously choose to enjoy more and more of you experiencing and living in time. Having this relationship with time, as opposed to, pardon me for hitting the mic, as opposed to feeling like you're always trying to catch up, always feeling behind, letting go of an oppositional relationship with time and actually coming more and more into partnership and harmony with it. And now, so yeah, the leap of faith, encouraging these new things. And now with this Ace of Wands, pardon me, Ace of Gabriel, what I'm getting is Spirit is saying they're going to be bringing in, I'm feeling very much so, aligned, passionate, creative, new opportunities, magical opportunities to truly manifest and achieve and experience and receive more of what you want. Soon come. So what I'm getting with this leap of faith is basically it's like continuing to take leaps of faith into that version of you, that idealized version of you, that new season of you, that new era of you that you are becoming. Doing so with strategy, with wisdom, with confidence, with curiosity, with courage and willingness to go for it. And then when it comes along, honestly, allowing yourself to receive the opportunity and like get into it, dive into it. But there needed to be that writing, there needed to be the scribing, and then there needed to be the taking of the actions, there needed to be the going to the events, there needed to be the accepting of the invitations, there needed to be something where you not only wrote about and visualized what this new version of yourself, but then you also allowed yourself to show up and take a step forward to experience it in your reality. And that is giving you literally more tangible rewards and opportunities. So not only was whatever you did like a part of an opportunity in and of itself, but that is begetting more. It's allowing you to receive more and more of the blessings of what you want. So Spirit's having me give you all a very clear example of what they were doing with me this past weekend. There was like a free event going on yesterday at a game cafe. Shout out to Playroom PV. There was an intro to Dungeons and Dragons event going on, and I've always been very curious since I was young. Tried to get into it when I was younger, but never really got into a group. Blah, 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 blah. All that life got in the way. I was like, okay, I don't have a lot of cash on me right now, but I have enough to basically I'll treat myself to a milkshake and support the cafe because I want to get something, especially since it's a free event. And I invited a friend, and it was such a cool time, honestly. And I'm so grateful that I did, because I have been, as a part of like my health and wellness goals, and not being isolated too much, I've been wanting like newer friendships, newer connections, and ones around like real interests and passions and activities that really feel good and feel creative and feel quite joyful. In addition to wanting to do activities that provide those like benefits, as well as help me grow in some way, shape, or form. So the idea of Dungeons and Dragons is like you're gonna grow your creative performance skills. Essentially, you grow your characterization skills, you grow your embodiment and acting skills if you really allow it to go that way. In addition to baseline, you are improving communication and collaboration skills by being a part of that. So we'll see whatever happens. Like, that was just an intro event. We'll see what comes from it. I would like to continue looking into it, and there are invitations that came from it. So yet a lot of this came from me like really. Now, I may not have wrote about that specific thing down, yet I did keep note of that event ever since I saw it. And I knew in this aligned, more optimal version of me, that is somebody who has more than enough time to, yes, show up for aligned and joyful labor and service, yet has a thriving like health and wellness routine, in addition to healthy friendships and community relationships and essentially social engagements, so that I am doing things that feel fun and joyful and authentic and pure. And because I like basically went for it, like allowed myself to take the leap of faith and go to the event, like nothing to lose, everything to gain, but I need to show up. And then I made some great connections, had a great time, and it's gonna go into some more stuff. So this is what Spirit is wanting to invite you to do more of, to step more into. It's time to more or less indulge in more and more of this curiosity for whatever downloads and transmissions were coming to and through you during this Mercury retrograde. So now we're gonna get some cards in regard from the Angels of Abundance, because I feel as though a lot of what this Mercury retrograde integration reading, at least how the angels are having me channel it and bring me now, is truly how do you leverage everything you went through in this season to unlock and experience more tangible joy, abundance, fulfillment, and I'm also going to say, yeah, prosperity and abundance. Like basically, yeah, it's coming back to the landing. It's landing the ship. It's like landing this air element. It's grounding this air element. So we're not mad about all the air element that Mercury is associated with, that the retrograde brings up and brings through. Rather, we are excited for what it's brought. And now we're being intentional and strategic of how do we ground it and leverage all of that and receive the blessings, receive the rewards, receive the growth that it's been carrying and delivering to us. Okay, this card really wants to come out. Raise or promotion. Congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. Was I not just channeling that before the card even popped, albeit in different words? The air, the abundance, the flow. Planes flying. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. See, you're willing to make the moves. The fact that you leap, the fact that you stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Like, because you've raised up. Now you're getting your raise. Now you're getting your promotion. Now, for some of y'all, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Because I know some of y'all are like me, where you're like, I ain't working no job for nobody. Like, I'm an entrepreneur. Like, I work different gigs, different jobs. Like, you know, I got many different talents, hats, but I ain't got no regular job. Spirit has me being so extra right now. Spirit is like, you're raising up, you're getting a promotion from the universe. You're getting a raise from the universe. Basically, God's got you. Goddess has got you. You're going to be getting more coins. You're getting more resources. Like, you're getting your pentacles up. You're getting your fulfillment up. For a lot of y'all, I'm also feeling like your authority and your reputation are also leveling up. And the fact that I need to take water right then and there and just let that statement sit, like mic drop. So boom, authority and reputation are leveling up, expanding. Remember when I said widely instead of wisely, using resources widely? That's that expansion. Your reputation, see, this is the thing, your King of Pentacles, your kingdom, your empire is expanding. Your boundaries are expanding. Not in a way where as in like you're letting in trash. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as in your boundaries of influence, your boundaries of access. Basically, what I'm getting is like God, Goddess, Source is putting you on to more people's radars. You're basically getting, in a good way, you're getting more exposure, like light exposure. You're going to become more connected. Like, remember how I was talking about pathways earlier? Like, open up pathways? Like, this is the gig and the gag. It's like by you going out and about in your community, or you going to a new course or an online thing that has a community aspect, like whatever you're doing that's allowing you, however big or however small, don't overthink it and don't prejudge it. But whatever you're doing that is allowing a bit more people to know you, to feel you, to hear you, to see you, to witness you, to interact with you, and vice versa, that is opening up other doors. Ooh, even just hit the stamp, boom, boom, pow, emphasized again. It's opening up the doors, what you need to get these new opportunities, new blessings. Like, it's leveling up. And like, and I am going to do an Ostara reading. I'm going to record one of those this week, like an Ostara spring equinox. So comment down below if you're interested and you want it. Like, let me know. Because that one I'm doing really about, like, that's for my people who really want to, like, hone in on their growth. Like, how do you really pop off this spring season? Like, how do you have, like, I'm talking, like, fertilizer exponential growth, while at the same token respecting whatever time frame and speed, like, your nature, you know, your divine nature and divine guidance is giving. Like, I'm talking about what we can control, we control. What we can't, we let go and we let God, all right? But comment down below if you want that reading. She's giving me Ostara vibes, though. I feel a really big Ostara energy with the flowers and what she's given me serving this space. So that's letting me know, A, not only do you need to be staying tuned for that reading if you're really about this life and you want to get the heads up, baseline, I need you to stay ready, stay excited, stay confident, stay worthy, stay grateful. Because in this spring season, post the spring equinox, what I'm getting is, for a lot of y'all, this raise or promotion is going to unfold. It's going to come into greater form. At time of recording, we're about 5 days before Mercury officially goes direct, according to the astrologist I saw online. So comment down below, fact check it, whoop-de-whoop, cite your source. But from what I saw on a whole bunch of different memes on the Instagrams, is like March 20th, Mercury going direct in this 2026 year. I'm feeling the raise of promotion is going to come in a little bit more spring equinox. Some of y'all may have some initial conversations right around the close of this Mercury retrograde, though, that may be starting the process. Don't jump the boom boom gun and finalize things. Remember, never rush anything, especially in a retrograde, and you always read over and check things thrice at minimum in a retrograde season. Yeah, I am getting, there's like these initial conversations, there's these initial emails, messages, ponderings. Now, for those of you where maybe you're getting your promotion, your raise, your upgrade from God, Goddess, Source, the universe, and not inherently from a direct or conventional external party, this is is why Spirit also had you writing and scribing and working on your plans, working on your business, working on your strategy, like those sorts of things. Because by you developing those strategies and writing them out, by you giving more and more foundation and structure for that next layer and level of your craft, your labor, your business to thrive, that is what is facilitating the raise of promotion to land and take place. So that may mean thus more clients, more consistent business, more revenue, more collaborations and partnerships if that's the goal, more viewership and followership and subscribers and if that's the goal, whatever it may be. So for some of y'all, it's like by you doing the work to actually build out your plan and strategy and foundation, and then take the actions that support that. That is what is achieving and unlocking the raise and promotion, all right? So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Remember, this is general collective. All right, we're gonna get one more Angel of Abundance to jump. Thank you so much. Unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. You are seeing me shuffle. You are seeing me loud, live, in color right now. And I'm saying this with love, but you are witnessing it. It's like you can't make this up. Spirit is basically like summarizing and repeating itself. It's like you have so many of these ideas that have been coming through. Write it out, journal it out, scribe it out, and then take steps day by day, little by little. And not every day needs to look the same. And not every single day is going to be a conventional work day. For some of y'all, maybe you're that kind of entrepreneur. Maybe you're that kind of worker. But for some of us, you know, our capacity, our bodies, our energies, I don't like to claim things. I'm not judging anything in it, but heaven forbid, you know, when we do have, there are times when we have illnesses. There's times when we have like dysfunctions, disorders, things like that. Like all of that is very valid. It affects our capacity, and sometimes the recipe for one day is not the same recipe for another. Okay, so I want to validate that, yet overall I am getting the sense of taking ever more like consistent, aligned action. That's why it's divinely guided, so it's in alignment towards bringing this newer, this optimal version of self into ever more fruition, to allow your labor, craft, service, passion, business, whatever it is, to come more into form, to be ever more constructive, as well as taking the time to envision, check in, journal, pray, meditate to see what are you creating, what is the creative side in it, as well as what is the creative side bringing and offering. Because you got mad ideas right now. You already have things that you are working on, you can be working on. So it's like, basically Spirit is like saying, continue to do it. And I need you to trust that the blessings are coming in. Trust that all those aces of wands are coming in. Trust that the raise or promotion has already the raise or promotion has already happened. And now we simply need you doing what you're guided to do so that it can unfold, so that it can arrive, so that it can unravel in the best way, in the right way, unto and into and through your life. All right, I'm feeling guided to get a message from the angel. Please and thank you, Spirit. Just a little bit more to help like clarify, summarize, a little helpful tip. Because like I said, the angels really wanted to be all over the spread. This is a very angel-oriented reading. I'm loving all this new and fresh energy. We had 3. Okay, I have Opal. Your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. Aurora, you are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend because the others will become soon inspired by your example. Will soon become inspired by your example. And then I have Daniel. I am the angel of marriage. I am assisting you right now. So we have like children, marriage, and you're flying high right now. Now take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a big, giant collective reading. That's Daniel at the marriage message. Aurora, you're flying high. Don't allow others to basically don't allow people who are feeling threatened by you, people who are feeling intimidated by you, hold you back or make you stop doing what you gotta do. And remember, if other people are feeling intimidated, that's on them. Like, unless you are actively doing something to be intimidating, you are not intimidating. And don't let anybody assign that label to you. Do not take that on as your identity. Do not be guilted and set up for that trap. I learned that lesson in college. I had somebody try me with that ish, and luckily I had a mentor in the moment who nipped that in the butt and flipped it, reversed it, canceled, cleared, deleted, and rebuked it. And I am here to do the same for you in this now. Unless you are doing something to truly be an intimidating character, like unless that's a part of your like vibration of what you're really doing with your actions and motivations out there, then no. Don't allow people who are feeling threatened because of their insecurities trip you up and make you feel guilty because they haven't worked on their ish and they haven't done what they needed to do. And you're there to help. God put you there to illuminate and trigger whatever you did. Period. So continue doing you, doing what you got to do, focusing on your passions, focusing on your guidance, going in the new directions, going in the new movements, especially if people from your past are feeling threatened by you, because you are onward and upward. You're moving on to newer and bigger and better things. And that's not saying or putting yourself above anyone else. It's not saying they are bad or whatever. What I'm saying is you're moving on to bigger and better things because you're literally allowing yourself to grow, to expand, and do what feels better to you. Do what feels great to you. Doing what feels joyful and loving and blissful to you. That's why it's better. You're not sitting here worrying about comparing, despairing, putting anyone down, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're just worried about hiding, okay? So right now, also what I'm getting with Opal and the Daniel card, what I'm basically getting is Spirit saying, this is encouraging for my folks right now, where maybe you have like family, children, like chosen family around, which may, and or which may include like an intimate partner, lovers, partners, and whatever, like all that jazz. Maybe you are married, maybe you have a spouse, whatever it may be. What I'm basically getting is Spirit is saying the angels are making sure your relationships are good. Now make sure you are still showing up and giving healthy and loving attention and intention and following up and following through. Like, I'm not saying go ghost or whatever. However, what I am getting is like, if you have been showing up and you're still honoring those relationships, I feel as though this is for anybody who's feeling a little bit insecure or triggered. Because you know in this moment in time, you really are in an active embodiment of the recreation and reconstruction of this new version of yourself and really landing it and embodying it more tangibly. So you have maybe been feeling called to spend more time on yourself in all of the ways. So sometimes that's more rest, other times that is more action, and any combination. But I feel with this collective, with this moment, is like, I feel this was from the angels basically saying like, hey, don't worry about your relationship. Don't worry about your family. Don't worry about your kids. Still continue to care, check up on them as you do, yet also relax. You don't need to be worried. You're not bad. You're not slacking. You're not falling off. You focusing on you and doing what you've got to do and doing what you're guided to do for you in this now, following that soul guidance. You are on point. You are correct. Please keep going. It is worth it. And if this season is requiring, or it's been asking of you to spend more time focusing on you, maybe then on those other relationships, connections, or partnerships, Spirit is asking you to remember to continue to have the faith and trust that it's worth it. This is a season and cycle and moment where you need to put more into your cup and your becoming, so that in this next season and cycle, like after the next round of blessings more or less unfold and anchor in, you're going to be able to show up as that super abundant, super joyful, super fulfilled version of yourself that ultimately is going to show up better in those relationships, in those partnerships, in those connections. So to keep it more simple, doing you a bit more right now is perfectly aligned. The angels are helping you maintain balance and equity in these relationships so that nothing feels like it's going off track. And trust that as you do this work for yourself, it's going to allow you to show up better in these relationships and connections. Final confirmation, let's get a guardian angel to help seal this reading in, a guardian angel that you may feel called to work with more specifically with this Mercury retrograde integration. And putting this, this reading, this channeled message into effect. Okay, so Holy Metatron is going to be a key angel for you, because two cards popped out from this deck, one face up, and the first one is Metatron with chakra clearing. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So basically this is about aligning, calibrating, cleansing, amplifying, activating, optimizing your energy centers, your energetic body, your various parts of being. Like, this is really good to be doing forms of detox, energy work, energy healing, meditation, prayer, with a bit of time to it, so that you really can help like optimize your energy and go through what it takes to do some release, like letting go of what does not serve, letting go of the old, giving a fresh slate, as well as then charging it, calibrating it in alignment with the intentions that are optimal for you, that best serve you in this now. And then Holy Hanyo with moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. Okay, so that message, you can take it just how I read it straight up. This is also letting me know one of the other readings I'm feeling guided to do this week. I already talked about what was the other one I said I'm gonna do? You're gonna be blanking out. Well, anywho, I'm gonna do a new moon reading specifically. So Spirit is letting me know we're gonna be doing that new moon specifically as well. So if that resonates with you, what was it? New moon, oh, the Ostara spring. Okay, so look at Spirit just building in all of these coming attractions within the reading. Now, what I am getting is saying, sync up with the upcoming new moon whenever this message finds you. She's basically saying clean and clear your energy, like, get it, I'm not gonna say that. Get it together and like air it out, clear it out. Water running down, fresh, and from that fresh place with all of your energy centers, body, mind, soul, emotion, and spirit, then also reconnect with and maybe do some intention setting, reconnect with what you've been journaling and scribing upon, maybe connect that energy, these goals and intentions, and do some journaling with the new moon energy around it more specifically. So this new moon, I have to double check, so please comment down below to confirm. I believe it's going to be in Pisces. So I encourage you, and I will go over this in the new moon in Pisces reading. I am going to do one specifically. But look up the themes of that. I'm going to do that before we get into the reading. That's associated with Pisces, and maybe do some of your visualization and some of your actions in alignment with that new moon in Pisces vibration specifically, and let that be a part of your embodiment practice. Notice how it's like this beautiful mix of cleansing and clearing, journaling, scribing, and reflecting, a bit of research, and then incorporating that and allowing that and applying that and developing things out that way, as well as also allowing yourself to get out and do some new things, some new activities, some new connections. And with the moon cycles, I'm going to say the moon, but also I am getting like a nature message in general, is notice how the weather, notice how the climate, notice how the day, notice how the light impacts you and what you do and when you do it and how you do it. Like, for example, I knew I wanted to record a reading today. And while I can record at night, and I have done it, something Spirit was like, hurry up, the sun's going down faster and faster. Get this recording in while you have this sunlight encouraging you and egging you on. So if you feel like there's a certain time of day, a certain energy, a certain light that gives you a bit more inspiration, a bit more motivation to show up for a certain activity or action or intention, as best as you can, ride the wave when it pops up, and take note of that. Take note of in what conditions do you do what optimally, or in which conditions do you do what optimally. There's something about like learning and thus mastering and hacking, optimizing this next best version of yourself. So being your best self, by being your best self because you know yourself best, if that makes sense. And acting optimally because you're doing so in a way that's very user specific, like very much 150,000% you, only you. Interesting. All right, comment down below, collective, if this one resonates with you, because I was definitely feeling the airy energy, doing my best to ground and land this as much as possible. So let me know if this makes sense, if it resonates with you. Okay, they had me look at the bottom of the tarot deck just to see here, and I have the world with Holy Michael, feeling Michael, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight with that blue energy, the sword, the protection. Thank you, holiest Michael. Coming at the close. So once again, you really are at the close of a big major cycle. This is why it goes from the world is the big ending, the last major arcana, and the fool is the first of the major arcana. So we are very much so having confirmed here. This is a brand new beginning, brand new opportunities, new energy, new. So embracing that for its best, truly will take you very far, collective. So don't sleep on yourself. Now, once again, the info for booking a reading, learning more about me, getting connected is down in the description box below. I am Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. And I can't wait to connect with you again soon. So comment down below if you're looking forward to the new moon reading, if you are interested in the spring equinox or star reading, you're looking forward to both, as well as what you got from this one, okay? Because this is a community and I want to learn and grow with y'all as well. All right, I'm sending you love, hugs, and blessings, and I'll be back soon. Mwah.